to Jackson Cloud. I'm Jamin.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Olivia.
And we're an online church. And today we're going to play a game that I'm not even going to tell you what the name of it is. But I'll explain it to you. Basically, this game takes a bunch of Bible passages, and if you've ever actually really read the whole Bible, there's a lot of not
unsavory.
Yeah, rated
not child appropriate.
So they took all those cards and basically made an apples to apples game. I have gone through the deck and removed about 3/4 of what was in this so that we can play a toned down version of it. And I wouldn't call this game appropriate at all for anyone.
So potential content warning right now.
No. I think we've weeded it down to appropriate. But I'd be upset if someone bought this game because of me. This is for a discerning triple player with their pastor version of this game. So I'm just gonna give these cards that I'm not gonna tell you
the name of
for us to
I'll just hold them
play.
like this.
But from a real discerning standpoint, I would never play this game as is, just to be clear. I had to weed it down. So I think some of these will still be pushing the line, but in a funny way, as Olivia's already cracking up at the cards that she has. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. So if you know these kinds of games, apples to apples rules, we're gonna put out one of these black cards, and then it's gonna say fill in the blank, or answer the question, and then two of us will use our card. Whoever's a judge will choose their favorite. You get a point for that. I'll judge first, I guess. Blank. How one imitates God. How does one imitate God? And these all have Bible passages on every card, so
They
it is
sure
quite
do.
biblical.
So you're technically always quoting the Bible with
You
this.
definitely are, yes. How one imitates God. Living water. Okay. All right. God screaming, "Do you know who I am?" That's Job 38-42. Where Job is where God's like, "Do you know I have Leviathan on a string? Do you know it?" All right. Job takes it. Is that Casey?
Yeah, it's Casey. I went for the
Your
tame
answer
one.
was, yeah.
Listen, there were other things in my hand, but I went for the tame one.
You gave the most Christianese answer in this Christian game.
All right, I already got a card. I already
Oh,
grabbed
you already
it.
took
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, all right. Well,
Well, I already read it, so it'll just be my next one.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Casey's the judge.
That'll be my next one.
What are we filling in?
So for Lent, I am giving up blank. It's funny how this is coming up during the Lent season. All right, so for Lent, I am giving up peace on earth and goodwill toward men, or the Spirit moving you to dance semi-naked through the streets.
Which would you rather give up for Lent? Comment below.
Both were good. Although I feel like I have to just say peace on earth and goodwill toward
All right.
men.
Yeah. All right.
That's fair.
Okay.
That was a good.
Yeah. All right. Olivia's turn to judge.
What was the secret of Methuselah's long life?
He's the one who lived for 969 years or something. Longest in the Bible. Casey's laughter.
I'm excited about my own-
implies he's about to win.
Probably not, but I just think it's funny.
What was the secret to Methuselah's long life? I want to make sure a heifer, a she-goat, a ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. Sorry, I knew how to say heifer, but I haven't heard that word used in so long I couldn't remember.
A cow.
Snow wrestling with a lion. Snow wrestling with a lion, I guess?
Yeah! Alright, she didn't like that one. That's cool. Okay.
I thought it was funny.
For how much laughter there was, I was expecting something
well, he was the
bigger
other. He
than
was
that.
the other. Yeah, so was I. Okay. Save us, O Lord our God, from blank. For a more toned down version of a game just like this that we can recommend, check out Cards Christians Like, which we played a few weeks ago. Okay. Save
That was
us.
a wee bit more appropriate.
A wee bit more. Still pushes them, but you know. Save us, O Lord our God, from passing out in church, falling out a window, and breaking your neck. Happened when Paul preached too long. Or a wolf in sheep's clothing. We're going with passing out in church.
I thought that was just going to be about not falling asleep in church, and then it escalated so much further.
Oh, that kid, Paul raised him back to life. It was fine.
Yeah.
All right. Casey's up. 2, 2, and 0. Yeah.
All right. Do not be deceived. Blank will not inherit the kingdom of God. All right.
Oh. You ever just get the perfect card for something
Right after?
right after?
Yep. All right. So, do not be deceived. Blank, and this is Enoch, will not inherit the kingdom of God.
But he did.
Or, do not be deceived. The peacemakers will not inherit the kingdom
But
of
they
God.
do. These are only funny because the Bible explicitly says the opposite.
Yeah, the peacemakers.
Okay, all right.
See, Enoch has a question mark after it.
Enoch.
Enoch?
All right, Olivia.
Our name is blank, for we are many.
I don't.
Our name is a nasty thorn in the flesh, for we are many. Our name is God's pet sea monster, for we are many. I'm gonna go with God's pet sea monster.
Leviathan, and it's not entirely inaccurate. For more on that, check out our episode on Chaos Creatures Live. Oh yeah, my turn. Okay. Good. I am upset as I went through these cards how many of these we've covered in episodes. Good Christians often pray for blank. Weeping and gnashing of teeth, or a quarrelsome and nagging wife.
Both went with the opposite this time.
These are both incorrect. I'm just gonna go with the wife one, I guess.
Thank you.
All right.
Jesus replied, anyone who loves blank will obey my commands.
I'm not even through all of this, but I'm excited about that one.
All right.
I'm just gonna leave that there.
There are unfortunately too many funny things that just don't feel right to play, so I.
Jesus replied, anyone who loves dog vomit will obey my commands. Anyone who loves the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will obey my commands. I'm gonna go with 4 horsemen.
Yes! Okay. From a city on a hill, you can see blank. From a city on a hill, you can see a foot broken off in your deceitful mouth, or Sheol. Sheol. Not sure why you can see the underworld from a city on a hill, but all right.
That's why it was funny.
Yeah, I don't
my
like
turn?
how your humor is working out today.
Yes. Jesus wept for blank. Jesus wept for tomorrow sucking.
Me too.
Or Jesus wept for making stupid life choices and blaming them on Philippians 4:13.
Which one is that? Is that the I can do all
Things
things?
through Christ who gives me
Is it?
strength. Yeah.
I'm gonna double check, but yeah.
I'm doing the Philippians 4:13.
Yeah, as you should.
That's me! Philippians 4:13.
Although tomorrow sucking was good. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
But Jesus said, all I have to feed the multitudes is blank and blank. Give two.
Ooh.
In case he's into it, so you can't skip this one, Jamin.
All I have to do to feed the multitudes is...
All I have to feed the multitudes is blank and blank. But Jesus said, all I have to feed the multitudes
Oh.
is the least of these and praying first.
Because he looked to heaven and gave thanks, and then he fed the least of these. I had the right answer. Sorry, go ahead. Top that one.
But Jesus said, all I have to feed the multitudes is the forbidden fruit and a valley of dry bones.
That was better than I expected. All right. I thought no one would have a good answer. That literal was the only interpretation that would get a kick. Okay, fine. Fine!
I only had one card number, so.
John of Patmos was thinking about blank before he wrote Revelation.
I have the perfect card for this. Maybe it's not that funny, but I at least enjoy it.
Probably not gonna work, but I think it's funny.
John of Patmos was thinking about loan sharks before he wrote Revelation. Or was thinking about John being faster than Peter. John being faster than Peter. Just to reiterate, John is faster than Peter. Before he wrote Revelation. I gotta go with that one.
Thanks.
Because John's writings do kind of bolster him up a little bit. I think one of my favorites is like
Is John
John's
the one
always
that calls himself Jesus' favorite?
the beloved disciple,
Yeah.
like all the time, but he's like, who was it? No one knows until the end when he's like, and this was him.
Next one is knock, and the door shall be opened unto blank. So knock, and the door shall be opened unto a naked boy running through Gethsemane. Or knock, and the door shall be opened unto Houdini Jesus.
Because he walked through a wall, probably. Or turned water into some miracle.
Right. I'm gonna go with the naked boy running through Gethsemane though.
Woo!
Just because I was not ready for that one when I started reading that.
Loving your neighbor as yourself includes blank. Loving your neighbor as yourself includes neighbors eating your grapes.
Flanders.
Loving your neighbor as yourself includes claiming your wife as your sister twice. I'm gonna go with neighbors eating your grapes.
Yes! Look, man, my cards don't match the cards, okay? Make a joyful noise unto the Lord with blank. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord with the Witch of Endor. Or 3 nights and a big fish. Witch of Endor, doesn't make any
Isn't
sense.
it the Witch
but-
King of Angmar?
Are you thinking of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, that was the joke. It's Lord of the Rings
You
Day.
should be thinking of Star Wars first off, but instead it's the Bible.
My spiritual gift is blank.
My spiritual gift is blank.
Blank. My spiritual gift is Ehud stabbing a dagger so far into Eglon that the folds of fat envelop it.
It's a Bible story.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
Or my spiritual gift is bread freshly baking with human dung.
That would have been really funny if I played one of my other cards.
I'm gonna go with the stabbing and the fat enveloping
What?
it.
Thanks.
That's not even mine at least. Alright,
Oh, yes.
one more and then final round.
And on the 8th day, God created blank. And on the 8th day, God created a biblical reason for avoiding menstruating women. And on the 8th day, God created Leviathan. You know who won.
Menstruating women?
Yes.
Yay, alright!
That's awful, but hilarious.
The final round, here we go. Speed round, ready? The wise men brought gold, frankincense, and...
Actually, I'll do that one.
It doesn't make sense.
Dorcas. It's funny because the name is Dorcas. And a hungry post-resurrection Jesus. Wise men brought gold, frankincense, and Dorcas, for sure. Dorcas. I tell you guys about the story.
Yes. I know this story very
Yes,
well.
I know exactly what
I was
story.
speaking in Ypsilanti, and I mentioned Dorcas in the Bible. I was like, Dorcas, what a dumb name. What is the name Dorcas? And the whole church started cracking up. I was like, my church didn't think that was so funny. That's funny here. And then, yeah, there's an old lady there whose name was Dorcas, and I had just
Insulted her.
talked about
From
how
the podium.
horrible her name was in front of... Anyways, Casey's turn.
Instead of Salt, Lot's wife was really turned into Blake. Alright, so instead of Salt, Lot's wife was really turned into a legion of demons or a nest of vipers. Legion of demons.
There probably is some apocalyptic literature saying just that. And the final round.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than blank. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than head coverings keeping angel lust at bay.
We have an episode on that. Just the other day, actually.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than killing your homeboy. I'm gonna go with killing your homeboy.
I got a point! I never got to use my God Hates Figs card, which was upsetting. Alright,
Hang on, I had one that was really good too.
I almost used that 3 times. Death by hungry worms.
Jesus, being ticked off that you fell asleep. Alright, count your cards.
Count them? Oh, these
10.
ones. I have 6.
8, 10, 8, 6. Casey is the most hilarious person we know somehow, which if you know him in real life is not true at all. Confusing everybody in the room, and especially Casey.
I mean, I'm just apparently good with Christian puns.
And yeah, that is a game that we will not tell you the title of. Which this whole game sounded super toned down. That's because it was. You're like, why won't you tell us the title of that? Well, if I did, you'd read the other 3/4 of cards that we didn't use, which you just can't. Okay, we'll see you next time.
What about Peter, who raises Dorcas from the dead? Horrible name, by the way. But nonetheless, you look at these stories. Oh, there's a Dorcas here, isn't there? I will see myself out. It's been fun being with you. Sorry for me and my brothers who would call each other Dorcas. It was a different take on the kid. There's no coming out of this. Let's move on. All right, something, Dorcas, something. Yes, right. Okay, so Bible. I just thought you all thought it was funny like I did.